some of that. Right? So I think, I mean, from again your conversation, a question can be that what has been one of these incidents, one particular profile, a particular country, a particular acceptance, a particular rejection, like anything which you think that, okay, raised your eyebrows or, made you sit up and say, oh, this was, yeah, please. Yeah.
This is about twins that I have, identical twins, and
Which grade?
they just graduated now.
Okay.
So both of them, when they submitted the CV to me, the CV was also identical. The grades, they were identical. Okay, so now what colleges they're looking at? College list identical.
Which country? Any specific?
UK, US, and Singapore.
Correct.
Identical for both of them. And okay, the course identical. Now, so there was a session with LSE last year, and they both were there in the session.
Yeah.
So this person was really intrigued when I told him that I asked him what will happen to these two. They're very, very identical in everything. So he said, I'm also interested to know what happens to them. So let me know once the the offers are there.
You let me know when they're getting married. I want to know about that. No, really.
I seriously. And then they applied, and now the offers that are coming are identical again, because I was thinking that since everything is so identical, even the personal statements they've written differently, but they're still the common thread is there, because they've been brought up together. The nature nurture both are similar.
Nice.
And still I wanted to ask, because he said that we want to look at the uniqueness which we find from the personal statement. Everything was same. How come all the universities have picked them together?
Did they talk about being twins as well in their part of their personal statement? Because sometimes, and I think overseas universities are more accepting towards these things, because
it was not in the personal statement at all, because it has gone through me, and I wouldn't have allowed them to mention. It was not needed also in this story, but I remember they did not mention, but I think they would know because they put up their parents' name and everything is there. So I guess
the application.
That's interesting, actually.
So this is something that was, and I need to write back to that LSE.
But then also tell us what you were going to write back. What was your learning from why both of them got accepted?
I think it says very clearly that in UK, more than personal statements are grades. I mean, they're brilliant students, both of them. So it's just grades that
You believe that? Because I somehow don't.
I will give you an example.
Yeah.
But in this case, it was true.
True.
Let's see. What do you have to say?
Yeah, because I will tell you something that I don't know, maybe it is because I have reached, see, I have the student cohort, like yours would be, I don't know, 40 times than mine. Okay, my student cohort is really small. Our graduating batch would be 25 in both the schools, Goa and New Delhi, right? 25. So what I get to do is I track each application at an individual level with the representatives of the university. So if I'm not getting an offer from Southampton, I will reach out to Southampton. I will write to them.
And you get a response.
Every time I get a response, and this is on email. Saying what that
Making me jealous. I think
I get
we at
you.
DPS have to, we can never humanly, it's not possible.
that is what that's giving me the edge.
Those one-off cases. I want to hear, what did that person say? Did you get clarity on why an admissions committee selected or rejected a student? Because they are not. I've been one, so I know we're not allowed to reveal why we selected or rejected.
I did ask them that question.
Because the offer did not come within the stipulated time, the student received other 4 offers, UCAS, and their first choice was Southampton for that particular course. And when I reached out to them and I followed up and everything, I'm not saying it was because of me reaching out to them, but they got an offer. I have got students who got offers from a university where the eligibility would be an A-star AA and the predicted would be a AAA, and they got an offer. So for me, yes, grades are only an entry to apply to that university, right? Of course, if you're a BBB eligibility and you're a CCC in Cambridge, then I won't advise you to apply to that university. But yeah, coming back, so for me, it's the grades are just identifying, okay, these 10 will be on our list, and then I get going with the ones I want to.
These kids I was talking about, the twins, they both are all A stars. So there was no differentiating factor actually.
But yeah, broadly, I think, Kaustubh, I relate to that. I think universities do appreciate communication. And, whether if it's school counselors, obviously, that's good. But if the students are communicating too, I think they're very responsive. So for me, I think personally, I make sure that the students try to, engage and communicate with the universities directly, because it's somehow, part of the preparation also. I feel like the transition to college is so much more. So I feel a little bit of getting them used to, because while they're here, we actually somehow can follow up, ask them questions and do that. So yeah, I try more of that approach with the volume also. I think that's also something